All right, welcome back to another board drill quick hit. As always, I'm your host Kyle. With me is my co-host Matt. Matt, tonight cutting you some slack. You at least got to pick out what we talked about, right? It's not just a random quick hit.
Yeah, this is going to be nice, not knowing what I'm getting into and not just getting random stuff thrown in front of my face. I got some say in tonight, so some little things I saw, little small things I liked this week.
Yeah, so we're gonna really take a look at our favorite clips from Week 0 football here. It's a hodgepodge. So I picked some offense. I know Matt picked all offense, but we're gonna see what it is. So gotta go and load it up, Matt. I think mine come first just by the natural playlist and how we created
Sure
it.
they do.
But
Sure they do.
But here we go. Yeah, of course they come
I think
first.
Kyle's becoming an offensive guy. I think that's what's happening here.
You're right, and because I'm
He
such an
realizes it's more fun.
offensive guy, we're gonna start off with of course, what do we start off with, Matt? What's the first play of every game?
Split zone?
It's corner pressure. So here we go. Nice corner pressure.
Oh,
okay. So right, K-State, obviously really good, diverse Q run game. And to be honest with you, they have Iowa State in the box here on QGT counter. So it's a good thing they brought they brought corner blitz here because they were in trouble here. They had 2 for 1. Yeah. They're playing, cover 2 coverage. They're rolling cover 2 basically. So nice little corner blitz. I'm always a big believer in it.
Coach, I know that 3-3 stack has some absolute disciples, but I mean, when you stunt like this, when you got your whole D line stunting, I mean, I know you're bringing the corner blitz, but stunting that way, man, that seems risky. He doesn't get tripped up there.
Oh, he scores. Look, if there's no corner in the fit here, he scores. I know the argument would be if they don't bring the corner, there's probably another guy in the box, which is true, but they still have another blocker for that other guy, right? There's 2 free blockers here. There's one. The other one has no one to block, so they end up just double teaming the linebacker. Yeah. So again, it's one of those well-timed corner blitz. Look, I know what people are going to say. Well, the corner hits him, he still gets 5 yards. Well, that guy's pretty good running the football. It's either 5 yards or a touchdown. I'll take a 5-yard gain or 6-yard gain, whatever you want to say. So we'll watch it real quick just from the back shot here. You can kind of see, when you have that light box versus 11 personnel, got problems there. All right, my next one's still defense, Matt. I just had to show this, guys, and not a whole lot of commentary. Look, it's just 3 sky to the field, but this interception right here, and it's remarkable. I don't think I have the other shot. No, I don't have the other shot. But if you see, there's a close-up shot when we wrote the article on Nicholls State, who is a phenomenal defense, by the way. You can kind of see it here. Watch. He does a great job of playing through the hands, and then that ball bounces up, and he has the wherewithal to grab it on his way to a pick 6. So great play. He actually ended up with a couple picks on the day. So huge day. And really, Matt, this is my favorite right here. Watch the slide.
Just phenomenal. Just look, check out this photographer in the back of the end zone. He is pumped.
He is. The other guy fist pumping is, all that good stuff. So awesome things. Awesome. I think Nicholls State was that game. If you didn't watch it, and I'm going to show another clip here, that was one of the better FCS games. They played the number 4 team in the nation and upset them at home in game 1. First game for the head coach too. He's been their DC. He's now the head coach. Game 1, a huge upset over number 4. My next Big one game. Is going to be really, really simple. It's a simulated pressure, and on this, the corner is going to play. But all day long, they baited Incarnate Ward. They played like really loose cover 2, if that makes sense, where the corner just trailed number 1, looking for an outbreak. And here they're actually going to bring, right, whatever the dime is, I guess, and the interior backer or one of the backers overhangs in the dime. I don't know their personnel. And then actually they have a safety in the post, and he's going to end up in cover 2 over there. So super rotation here. They're going to fully rotate. They're going to get a sail concept. They get pressure on the quarterback. He chucks it up. Nice pick in the red zone. And again, you can see it's 13-6 in a tight game here. Nicholls State has no offense. So really, really great play call, rotating the post snap. And then the corner just being super patient in that cover 2 like they did all day long.
Take the check down.
Really, right?
Take the check down.
Check down's there, but...
Yeah. I know it's 3rd and 10, but take the check down. Keep yourself in field goal range. Stay in the game.
And the thing is, Nicholls State did a good job of just saying that all day. Take the check down. And Incarnate Ward wasn't patient and didn't take the check down all day. And Nicholls State dared him to do it. All right, next one, going to the Mercer UC Davis game. We all knew I was going to be a heavy FCS guy. I love this player. This is an offensive play. It's like we used to call it the angle route, right? When the running back kind of does that. But here they actually pair it with a screen that I thought was really, really nice. Again, I like things that would give the defense trouble, and that's trouble right there.
Not just that, but with the rollout, get the defense moving out towards the edge, let those linebackers bomb over the top, and now you're cutting back up underneath. Beautiful play design.
And again, we've covered it before. We love UC Davis. They are one of the most creative offensive play callers that we've seen in the country. I don't care. FCS, NFL, FBS, high school, these guys can call some dang plays. Matt, this was one that I just had to show everyone. Just watch the quarterback and enjoy it. It's video game stuff. I mean, there's no commentary here other than how.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one.
It's incredible. I mean, what do you do there defensively? Look, Mercer's a very good defense. And I mean, they look, 30 misses them 3 times. Incredible play.
Great job by the receiver sticking with it, making the block.
It's really good. So that was just a fun one to watch.
Incredible.
So this one's another screen, but what I want you to keep an eye on is my guy right here, 92, and watch him realize screen and then what we call retrace on the screen. Does a really good job, says, hey, something's wrong, retraces, bang. That's beautiful. That's good defense right there. I was always, as a defensive coach, we were always cognizant. My D-line coach will tell you, if you ever talk to him, Jake, every week I'd say, have you done retrace drill? Have you done retrace? I think they're going to screen us this week. And he's like, buddy, you think every play is a screen? I was like, it could be. You never know.
Always could be.
Always could be. And look, my last one, Matt, I took this from you. It's beautiful. It reminds me of North Dakota State. Just some A-gap power. Just beautiful. Power eye.
Look at it.
A-gap power. Watch the guard, downhill. Nice and patient.
Oh. Downhill, fitting off the guard. Really, it's hitting center to backside A. That's really, really where you juice them. Right there. Oh, beautiful.
Well, and this is what offenses have gotten really good at. Watch the left tackle here about how he's working to the backside backer, but backers are now taught to climb over top. And then offenses are getting smart, going, fine, you want to climb over top? I'll just turn with you. And now look at the cutback.
That's it.
Right.
And it's such a it's something that you don't think you can teach an offensive tackle to do, like in high school and stuff, but it's so easy. It's so easy. You think it's hard. All you do is latch on and turn your body. That's it.
And look, our friend of the show, Coach Sparrow, would be loving this. They leave the corner unblocked. They're going to crack the safety. I guess we don't use the term crack anymore, but in the corner misses the tackle, so he'd be excited there. So there you go. All right, Matt, moving to your stuff. I know this was the play. Matt, I remember this. You texted me in the middle of the game, and you were like, hey, screen cap that. I just remember that. So here we go.
Whatever just happened. And I wasn't sure exact. I thought I knew what happened, but like when you first see it, you're like, okay, I knew that I saw power, but I didn't know what I saw before that, right? But if you look, they do run a good amount of same side power. Iowa State does right down the A-gap power. Here they flip it, and what you typically do, same side power, you're running this down the right side. They go opposite. Running back goes behind. The H comes through, all right? And we're right down the pipe. Those guards do such a good job. Look at them just almost standing still in the hole, waiting on the right guy to get to. 51, staying square. Coaches, don't be scared to have your guards slow down on those power pulls and take it nice and slow and then explode through like a power lift once you get to your guy. Look at that. Look at that beautiful seam.
And look, they don't block it. In theory and power, they don't get the block scheme right, but you know what they do? They do a great job of getting a guy for a guy. Because they don't, right? The guard ends up on the play side backer, and the tackle in the long run ends up on the backside backer, and the opposite side guard ends up on the DN. But because they're patient, they sift it out.
This might be something they coach up though, because when you look at that backside backer run over the top of the other backer, he may have seen that and going, I'm just taking him.
Yeah.
Right? So if my eyes are on that backside backer and I see him running over the top, I'm just going to take the near backer.
Yeah.
Right? So that might be something that they work on.
Yeah, we can confirm whether it's right or wrong. I got a source for it. So
Yeah.
Here's your next one. I know it's an RPO, so GH RPO.
Yeah. Love this. Something that a lot of guys run. And it just kind of popped off the screen to me that, man, they can hand it off here and it's good. They can throw the RPO, but you don't see a lot of guys do it out of this. If you go back to the beginning, coach. All right. So we have our tight end here on the left side, right? So we're unbalanced, got the wing backside. Okay. And go ahead and show it through. So the tight end's just a pure blocker. And now you're reading this guy out here, this poor guy out here in space.
Yep.
Nickel or whatever he is. He's coming up. That's an easy read for the quarterback. And now you're only giving the quarterback one side of the field. All right. So an unbalanced situation. I love the play design here, doing it from unbalanced. I don't think that I've seen anybody do it this way.
Yeah. So I again, just good play designs. You glance and, however you want to call it. We used to call it punch if it was the slot, but it's really just a glance from the slot. Yeah. Such a good play. Again, the way I've heard it taught from other guys, again, teach how you want is just get inside and bend it away from the safety, right? And you can tell that those guys have spent some time together because this is the break where they want it, the throw where they want it. It's a great play there. So,
and such a clear window for the quarterback. All right, so this has one specific thing that I wanted to show coaches that I used to do. Not the greatest play, right? I'm not showing this because I want you to watch the right tackle running GT. For a guy that wants to squeeze down, if a team wants to play a heavy four technique and squeeze the heck out of you and they have an overhang, this is something you can do. The play's going to hit tighter. The running back kind of gets a little bit wide on it. But look at the offensive tackle loop release. We could just call that a loop.
Yeah.
Loop release it. And now you're kicking that four technique. But watch him react out. That widens him, makes it a nice, easier kick for that offensive tackle. Now, the four technique does a great job
What
fighting
a play by the four tech here, by the way. Oh, my God.
As far as high school football goes, you're usually not going to see a kid that can do that. He's usually going to widen out, makes for an easy kick, and if a team doesn't see it on film or like something they haven't seen, it makes it really tough on that defense.
Yeah, you got to hope you have huddle sideline in the back shot. There's a lot going on there that probably won't happen. So,
yeah.
All right, here we
go. Another
GT
pop. Example. A lot of GT here. Okay, another pop pass look. If you look at the tight end, 86, just nice and quick, efficient with what they're doing. He sees it right away. You can see right now, pre-snap that open space, the linebacker steps up, replace the linebacker with a football. Just very simple concept there.
So the other piece to it here, and this is something we saw in a lot of FCS games last year, is this guy is also running the rail route. And so now it's QGT rail, and then they have the quote Y pop in there as well. So he has multiple choices. He can read Y pop if it's there, throw it. If not, continue with the GT, and then also throw the rail if he sees it break. So I don't know if all that's in there or they show that on purpose because maybe they come back to it later, but you can see those pieces of it. I don't know how you want to, which angles. This is part of their 14 personnel package.
I'm going to tell you, coaches, this play does not work. But I love the design. Watch them. The receiver's nice and tight. He widens, and then they run their outside zone RPO off of it. So he makes the corner run out towards the sideline, snap it while he's in movement, and then run the glance route back underneath it. Yeah. Another little RPO thing that I thought was pretty. I haven't seen this. Multiple tight. You saw Iowa State go these 3 tight end sets.
Coach, 4 tight end set. 4 tight end set.
4 tight end sets here.
14 personnel.
Is he a tight end?
They are tight
18?
ends.
Okay.
They're all tight ends.
So saw some heavy personnel groupings. Either way, thought this was pretty cool to get the guy by himself, motioning out, getting the corner running out to the sideline and try to break it back up underneath. Just thought it was a good concept that maybe coaches give them an idea if you got a bunch of tight ends. Woo, look at that line.
Is this the angle you want?
Oh, yeah, we can look at this.
So the sky cam can't get behind when there's an up right there. So this is the angle you get in the red zone.
Okay. Let's get what we were doing here. Oh, there's a Q horn. Okay. So we're going to be putting out an article about this specific concept. But something fun that Kansas State was doing, and they ran a lot. Now there's a penalty on here, and it's coming back, but not even their best job running it. Take a look at the left tackle. He's trying to reach. He's running it like it's outside zone. Then we got pin and pull, where you're pinning the nose and the center's pulling around and going. He's trying to get around the edge. He can't. He's going to fill up. He's got the play side Mike linebacker, right? The running back, he's going to have the alley defender. Sometimes if that safety's playing off, the running back will get to the corner and the receiver will get up to the alley defender, the safety. But just really, I thought it was pretty creative, just snapping to the quarterback and letting them roll, creating space.
Yeah, and this, I mean, it just reminds me of a variation of outside zone, except for the pin, right? Everyone's running outside zone except for the guard center play side. They're going to pin and pull. But watch, the backside guard's running outside zone. I guess the backside tackle isn't, but you kind of get what I'm saying. And then today I saw Coach Koo do, I think that's how you say his name, do a tweet about how that they kept this over from the Penn State OC, that they had run that since he was there. So that was an interesting piece to see him talk about that. So isn't this a great shot from the back shot here on the...
Yeah. I thought this was just a good play call here. Biting on stuff. Throw the sluggo. You showed a bunch of glances and RPOs and stuff. They start jumping it.
It's rainy. It's muddy. Footing's tough. Double moves are always tough. I used to hate them as a DB when it was rainy. Double moves were really bad because you just don't have great footing.
Yeah. 3rd and 3, they're not expecting this. They're expecting that slant. I mean, so just perfect timing. Great part of the field that you can take a shot. Just great play call.
Yep.
What else we got? Tackle trap. We can go through this one quick.
Yeah, we will have, by the time this comes out, we will have released an article on tackle trap. So
yeah, so just a great job. And the big key points here: quarterback opening away from it, drawing those linebackers down inside, allowing the tight end get up to linebacker, and if the running back doesn't fumble here, it's a great play.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
On the ball.
We don't have back shots today.
Here we go. This is for you, Kyle. This one's for you. Go back to the beginning. Love the formation, right? If you can get away with this and you can do this, phenomenal, right? Because if you look, we got 5 offensive linemen here. Well, the one on the right's a tight end. The offensive tackle is up here, and everybody else is off the ball. So,
it's a great 2-point stance by the offensive tackle here. He looks like a threat deep.
Yeah, so we got 6 on the line of scrimmage, but the refs don't seem to care, so we're good. Nice little, did the center pull earlier. Nice little pin and pull action here as well. Get some good reach there. The tight end doesn't have to do anything special. He's just got to widen that guy and let the other linemen do some work. You're getting offensive guards up on corners. It's going to be a good day.
Yeah, really nice play as long as it's not an illegal formation, which it definitely is. So Mercer put one of those wide receivers on the ball.
They didn't care.
I'm let it go. They didn't
snap it. So it was too fast, I guess. I mean, they got up there, they ran it. All right. So once again, not a great play here. All right. But the technique of the right tackle, right? So this is a inside run. This is what I call base lead. So they're basically running zone left side, ISO right side. So really, it's a base block from that offensive tackle on the defensive end on the right tackle to allow the H to come through and ISO this linebacker to the bottom side of the screen here, which he does. But watch the technique of the offensive tackle. When I was flipping through the film, didn't get a chance to break this whole one down yet, but I absolutely love to see him pass set on a run play, draw that defensive end. Those defensive ends geeked up to go. Draw them upfield and create a seam. And they actually do it again later. Not as good of an example, but
especially on 3rd down. Then for those of you listening that I know are yelling, Matt calls it base lead. It's zone insert, if you call it that. Matt calls it base lead. Let's not have that argument on the show.
Yeah, I won't talk about that.
That's going to be a do or whatever. So I think that's the end of our playlist there. So really, those were, again, me and Matt just trying to look at some cool things we saw from week 0. We're going to try to do this every week. And again, it's just designed to show you cool plays that we saw. All right. We're not going to get every cool play out there. We'd like to. If you want to send us some plays, we'll put it on there. But these are all the cool plays we saw in week 0, right, Matt?
Yep. And remember, it's not zone if your offensive tackle doesn't block zone.
There it is. So,
I
all
had to
right,
go. Do it.
I can't wait
Had
to
to do
start
it.
that debate on Twitter, and we're going to be right in the middle of that. It'll be great for engagement, though, Matt. It'll be fantastic. So,
Just
all right,
calling it
for
how it
me
is.
and Matt, we will see you next week for another Board Drill Quick Hit.